Are we back? Think a barrier would work? What the hell is going on? Are we back? You return? Are we back? Oh, God. I'm so sorry. We're not done. Okay, looks like we might be back. I am super sorry, guys. My connection sucks. Alright, I see the stream again. Everything looks good. Let's continue. Back to the evidence, eh? Okay. We're gonna present. This photograph. Look at this photograph! No, wait, why? Oh, because I'm just reviewing it, I'm not presenting anything? Am I? Wait, am I? I am.
Yes!
It seems the defense, or should I say the wretched accused, is the only real source of complication in this case. Ah! Okay. Well, I wasn't confident that would work, but at least we know. So I'm going to try to explain it with Plan B, the glass on the table.
Yes.
Seems damn it. That didn't work. Wow. All right. I think I'm lost now. That sucks. Bullet did not pass through the... Wait! What if we say it's from the gunshot, right? Because they laced their arrows, right? So we have to think about it that way, right? Maybe that's what it was. Also, I found this tattoo quite strange in placement. It seems intentionally placed for some kind of future argument. Tattoo? Oh. You mean the burn mark? This is from the hot plate. Yeah. Okay. Back. I'm just gonna try this and see what happens.
Yes.
Oh! Yay! Okay, blind faith. We're punching through. Just not gonna justify any of it. Not really. Through wounds. In the report. So the report or the bullet hole in the body shown in the photo probably would have worked. Show me the reason. But it would be good red herring for her to keep the glass. Yeah. That was kind of weird. Maybe she's just a thief.
Objection!
That's not a valid explanation. No. After all, we don't speak English. That report is utter gibberish. Oh. This impudent young scoundrel is trying to ridicule the court, Your Excellency. I'm not trying to ridicule anyone, honest. I'm just reading Sasato-san's notes. I concur. This report is too extensive to be considered in its entirety by the court. Uh-oh. Not that. Not that. Not that. Go back. Not that. Not that. I want to look at the evidence again and see what page the wounds thing is on. It's probably 2. Poison is... Aha! Okay, it's 2. Alright, we're gonna try that. Cool. Which section of the report reveals the alleged answer to the riddle? I'm gonna guess it's special characteristics. Yeah. We've been hearing a lot about this curare poison. And it's left me curious about something. Oh, Council? Well, it sounds as though indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years and years to lace the heads of the arrows that they shoot at whatever prey they're hunting. So we've been led to believe, yes. And the point of hunting is to catch the prey to eat. Get to the point, please. But if they were to use these laced arrows, doesn't that mean there would be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat? Yes, good point. So surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because then they'd be eating poison. Good gracious, Council! No, that would be madness. But I actually found the answer to that conundrum in this research paper here. Under special characteristics, it says this. The poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound. We got him. Through a wound, you say? I see, that makes sense. Yes. The mention of that particular detail seemed a little strange to me, though. But it all makes sense when you interpret what's written like this. When curare enters the body through an open wound, it has terrifying poisonous effects. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poisonous effects whatsoever. What? So she didn't have to lace the bottle or the glass or anything else. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Miss Brett, you authored this research. You knew curare's special characteristics. And you knew that you could make a spectacle of drinking that water without any danger to yourself. Oh, so the bottle could be poisoned, but it wouldn't work if it was ingested. I see. Okay. You meddling little... What the... Rapscallion! Oh, she just said rapscallion to you. It's over. You're defeated. It's it. No turning back. Well, Ryunosuke, it turns out... Oh, wait. Well, Ryunosuke, it turns out. That's him. You're an even better lawyer than I thought you'd be. Really? Me? Lawyer?
Objection!
Oh, all this poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure. But I fail to see how it possibly... So, the ill-bred little puppy has a new toy to play with. Some facts he read in a book. But I'm afraid knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly. What are you trying to say? Your schoolboyish logic is fatal flaw. Schoolboyish? Flaw? As even your brain has managed to deduce curare is safe to ingest. It seems likely that its effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of the gastric succus. Gastric succus. You know, everybody knows about the gastric succus. You might be suckers to not know about the gastric succus. Oh, yes, well, of course. Gastric suckers? What are they? So, if this lethal poison is completely harmless when drunk, the professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he? Ah! That's right. Good gracious! That's basic science. Science that even a schoolboy should be able to understand, no? Ooh, got him! Yo, what's going on, She Nation? Hey! Not much, man. Just showing this woman here, this English woman who's Japanese boss. That's what we doing. Order in court, order. The logic holds. If the lady and the professor drank the same poison, they would be affected in the same way. Are Are you trying... are you trying to suggest... Yes, this Curare poison is completely irrelevant to the case on trial. That's right. Surely even a little cockroach like you could understand something as simple as that. Why the zoom up? What's going on? What is this welling up inside me? I've never felt like this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. It's so intense, almost rage-like. And more than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey.
Objection!
Oh, we got an objection, baby! He knows the word! I don't think so, Miss Giselle Brett! Haha! How dare you use that tone with me? You know very well that there's no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead. Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you. You must provide compelling evidence. As we now know that this poison is completely harmless when ingested. Why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by the Curare? Because of the bullet wound. Is this it? There it is. Hey! So what we're gonna do is we're gonna save first, and then we're gonna present. Burn mark. Oh, you think burn mark? Or bullet hole? Well, see, the burn mark is still superficial. It doesn't enter the bloodstream. I don't know what wound means. It could mean burn as well. So I guess so, but I feel like it would need a way in. I have no idea though. Why do I keep forgetting the hole? Part of me was thinking, yeah? What does my chat gotta say? I need input, guys. Come on. Let's put on our thinking caps. The burn is most definitely a wound. That is true. Yes. He got someone to work on his teeth. Wouldn't that have a factor? If the poison was administered there, yeah, but he probably would have died there because suffocation would be, I guess, subsequent. Not immediate, but subsequent death. Yeah, that too. Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea, though. It could be the same. Why am I doing this again? Y'all should have stopped me. Oh my god. It's y'all's fault, not mine. Alright, here we go. Going back. Gonna present the bullet wound. But why would it be the mark instead of the bullet wound? Maybe save and try the burn mark and bullet hole? I mean, yeah. I'm interested to see if it goes forward with the burn mark first. There we go. Let's try this and see what happens. Because he would be holding the glass. I guess maybe he could spill it on himself. I feel like he shouldn't be shot until he's dead, so the burn mark makes more sense in that case. He may have accidentally killed himself. I don't know how though. That would have to logically follow somehow. Yeah, let's try it and see. I am so excited, guys. Are you ready? Present. Yes! Wait, we have to go back. I guess objection now. Let's try objection. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Take that!
Take that. We gotta take that over here. Oh, that's not it. I'm sorry, counsel, but the slip. Hold on. The slipshod manner in which you've tossed that evidence before the court does not inspire confidence. Huh? Listen, Ryunosuke, there's no need to overthink this. We know that the Curare's toxic effects only come into play when the poison enters the body via a wound. Right, so that can only mean then when Dr. Wilson drank his glass of water, he must have had a wound somewhere that let the poison in. Exactly. So we need some evidence that would prove the professor had a wound inside his mouth. Oh, Fox was right. Fox got it. Fox got it. Fox got it. Fox got it. Expert Fox. There we go. Everybody celebrate. Everybody celebrate. We know what it is now. Let's reload. Hell yeah. Medical report. Haha! Injury on the inside of his mouth. It makes so much sense. It literally clicked to me thinking about it. Nice. Yeah, this was amazing. Yeah. It actually, yeah. Oh, shoot. Janine had some information on that, my wife. We looked up, like, uniform time stuff for Japan and all that, and it seems to be correct. We're looking at late 1800s or early 1900s. Something along those lines. I didn't need to do that at all. Okay, here we go. We're going to present the medical report card, everybody. Woo! Take that! As Miss Brett so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners. A fatal difference? The toxic effects of curare are only felt when the poison enters the body through an open wound. So for a healthy person with no injuries, drinking it, it's completely harmless. But what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water? Inside? Yes, like the wound you might have if you had just been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example. Miss Brett, you've acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you are well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day. So that's it. You used the knowledge to orchestrate this. Is she laughing? I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly I can't resist. These childish courtroom games and your half-baked arguments are all so puerile. What? What do you mean? Don't worry, little schoolboy. You'll find out soon enough. Uh-oh, she's got something for this, huh? Whoa! Okay, she grabbed the bottle. You see, when you leave vital evidence lying around, you never know what might happen to it. No! I mean, it could just slip. You're throwing a tantrum? Really? Because that's all you got left? Okay. They can just still... I mean, they can test for... What's going on, Lala Fry? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hi there. Yeah, you half-baked murder. Oh dear, how careless of me. I'm afraid some crucial evidence may have just been tragically destroyed. No! What is it? What just happened? It's the English woman. She just smashed the bottle. And the Supreme Court. What a terrible day. I don't know what it said. Officer, what are you waiting for? Collect up as much of the water from that broken bottle as possible at once. You're wasting your time. This delightful carpet under my feet here was a gift from the British Empire. I assure you, it will soak up the water beautifully. You have neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it. Like the verdict's gonna be any different now. I mean, you just basically admitted to murder. I don't... How could you? You won't get away with this. You can thump the bench and shout as much as you like, little boy. But I'm afraid we'll never know now, will we? If there was really poison in that bottle, or not. You. And let us not forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, counsel for the prosecution? And this is where the purse with the glass comes in. We're supposed to have forgotten it by now, but I didn't. Isn't that right, counsel for the prosecution? Oh, of course, of course. You're referring to this photographic print, I presume, dear lady? Okay, dude. Like... Okay, it doesn't matter. We all know. It's fine. That's right. And really, looking at this photograph, it's as clear as day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting with his back to me. So, of course, the only person who could have shot him from the front is the little schoolboy.
Objection!
No, you killed the victim that day, using Curar. And then, in order to frame Ryunosuke Naruhodo for the crime. You waited until he picked up the pistol you'd arranged for him to find on the floor, before you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your own hidden gun. Then, in the confusion that followed, all you had to do was turn the dead professor and his chair around. You see, you had every opportunity to commit this crime. What a wonderful imagination you have, young man. Huh. A hidden gun, you say? And I shot the professor's dead body, did I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence. Exactly. As you have nothing to support your wild claims, the prosecution's stance remains unchanged. The victim, Dr. John H. Wilson, was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Delivered in cold blood by the accused, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. This is unbelievable. How can this be happening? We had her, but now... Is she really gonna get away with it? The way she destroyed that evidence was obscene. Ryunosuke! Yes? We've come this far, but now, you're the only one who can finish it. What? What do you mean? We've lost a vital piece of evidence, it's true. So if there's any clues left for us to use now, they must be in your head. In my head? You told me before that your powers of observation were the one thing you could really depend on. Well, yes, that's true, but I didn't imagine noticing that this woman was a foreigner with a swan on her head. Hold on, I'm gonna drink this in. Revitalized. So to think back again now, try to remember every last detail about the scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, every smell. What I saw, what I felt. Every color of the rainbow. Wait, what is he talking? Oh! What the fuck is that? I don't like being messed with. Memory. Okay, fine. Is Kazuma right? Somewhere in this vibrant memory of this same scene in my head. Could there be another clue to expose the identity of Dr. Wilson's killer? There's nothing. There's nothing here. It's all fake. Nothing's real. I'm going to jail. There's nothing. No, there's a clue. Obviously. Actually, Kazuma, I think I might have something. Thinking back over everything I saw, I think I might have uncovered another clue. You always have something up your sleeve, don't you, Ryunosuke? Come on then, let's wipe this smug smile off that English woman's face with with some evidence. Blah. All right, I can't wait. Good to see you again, but unfortunately you got an unexpected phone call. Oh, no problem. Nah, you're fine. Have a good night. We'll see you later. You're always welcome back, so. Discover color for the first time. So that's what red is. Okay. It's been niggling me for... What is niggling? Me for a while that something feels amiss in my memories of that day. Whatever it is, could be the key to arriving at the truth about all this. Okay, so there's blood on the plate, or on the tray, I guess. It's here somewhere. The clue that shows who Dr. Wilson's killer must have been is... Why is that proof of everything? That doesn't make sense. But okay. Maybe I'm not thinking about it. I'm trying not to think too hard. When I do that, I end up going in circles. No. Get... There we go. Okay. He was coughing up blood. Is this blood poisoned? Was that what it's saying? I'm gonna do it. Ha! Inspector Hasanoga, answer me this. Huh? Yes? What is it? He's still miles away, probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. As you've said a number of times now, you strive for perfection in your investigations, don't you? Yeah, exactly. He's poisoned already. He's not suffering the same effects. He's still moving around and talking, and that's weird. I don't think he was fatally... I'm not sure what happened. Are they trying to say that... No, he never got a chance to wash it because it was a crime scene. Oh, fuck. Okay. I was going to say maybe the evaporation from the dishwasher caused him to ingest the smaller bits of poison. Maybe that's why he's doing that. I don't know, though. Ryunosuke says, I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the crime, from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of steak that you took to the victim's table that day. There we go. Wait a minute, where are you going? Oh! Where are you going with this little boy? We can test the blood. And he's gonna ask the inspector's permission to test the blood like right away. I bet you anything that's what's gonna happen. Oh, I'm so excited. It's just a memory that's been troubling me. What memory? I saw the scene shown in this photographic print with my own eyes that day. But it's all sepia tone and bullshit. So I'm gonna tell you what I really saw. And I saw on the wooden base of the plate that the steak was served on was a spattering of blood. Blood? Oh, really? And what of it? Obviously, that must have happened when you shot the professor. No, that can't be the case. His back was turned, right? Take a good look at the photograph and the relative position of everything there. The plate of steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I'm supposed to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way that blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him. Yes. Oh, my voice is going. That's crazy. For blood to have made it onto the plate. It implies the plate was between the victim and the shooter. Which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor as you were. Oh, okay. Alright, well... maybe we'll get to my point in a bit, but... Giselle Brett? I beg your pardon!
Objection!
This is beyond ridiculous. Fabricated nonsense. Is this court seriously expected to believe something the accused is just apparently remembered seeing?
Hold it!
Haha. This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading to. Inspector, you mean? Yes, I took the plate, in the interest of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime. I took it, meat and all, and I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it. Haha. You did what? I took the steak that you had been eating, Miss Brett. I took the steak that the sergeant had been eating. And I did it all in the name of justice. Wait, you ate the steak? Is that what you're telling me? Was the steak poisoned? What is going on right here? Maybe the blood splatter got onto the steak and he got sick from that. I don't know, and then we'd have to contend with the whole, well, how did the blood into the bloodstream of him to make him sick? Because he would have to have a wound too, right? So that doesn't make sense. But at least we went down that avenue of thought. Inosuke says, then we can find out for sure whether or not there's a blood stain on Miss Brett's plate. We must examine it, now! I agree, we should examine it. Yeah, that's right. He's half poisoned. Oh, you think so, Devin? I'm interested. I want to know. He is bleeding. We don't know why, though. We assume he's poisoned, but he's not poisoned in the same way. It can't be. Inspector. The court wishes to examine the plate from the victim's table immediately. Yes, sir! Any amount of the poison is deadly. Well, not any amount. The dosage was minute, yeah. But I don't know. Again, aerosol or evaporation or something like that could possibly give you a little poison, but not a lot. It doesn't matter. It's not affecting him in the same way it should affect him. That's for sure. I don't think, at least. But then again, I don't know much about this poison. It's Curar, right? I have no idea. Curar, I don't know. Sorry for the delay. Here is what you ordered, the steak. Oh, he didn't eat the steak. Look at that. It's still there. Well, what about the blood? Is there blood on it? Of course there isn't. Quickly, Inspector. The blood, man. Show the court. Of course. Examine the plate at your leisure. There's no blood over here where it should be. What the No blood. What? No blood anywhere. But no, it's impossible! I know I saw it. I'm sure of it. It was right there on the table behind the professor. There was blood on the side of that plate. Maybe he just drank the blood himself. Somebody squeegee that blood up for me. I'm thirsty. I am a vampire after all. I'm just kidding about that bit. It doesn't say that anywhere. I'm just playing. What an unbecoming expression, little boy. Oh. You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese tell you. Ugh! I couldn't agree more. In the case of this disgrace to the Empire. Switch the bottom of the plate thinking it was ketchup? I don't know. Maybe. I believe we may have finally reached a conclusion in this trial. Let's hope so. Let's pretend attempt at courtroom proceedings is painful to watch. But I do promise to do my best to forget all about it when it's over. Ha! This sorry-looking steak reveals the facts all too clearly. If the sorry-looking accused wishes to examine it again, be my guest. The plate of steak has been entered into the court record. Yep, I would like to see it, please. Thank you. Was the plate I saw? I thought I saw? Just a figment of my imagination? I don't know, let's check. Oh, shoot. I'll save it anyway. This is what I wanted. Okay. It was supposed to be here. Okay, that's the back side of the plate. This is where the blood was supposed to appear, because I know it's opposite the bowl. Yeah. So it was faced like this way-ish. Well, on the table. Shoot, I can't gyro this correctly. There we go. It was like that on the plate, basically. So here would have been the blood stain. Can't find anything out of place. Oh shit, what's that? What is that? Huh? What in the world is this? I think it's a Koban coin. And the hallmark is from the Hoei era, I believe. No, I don't mean what it is it. I mean, what's it doing there? Wait. Did you say it was a Hoei Koban? Yes, and apart from the meat juices, it looks to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable. Isn't this the first time today that there's been talk of a Hoei Koban? Yeah, I don't even know what the hell you mean. Is it a coin? What is it? I've heard of pearls before swine, but I've never heard of a bouillon in bouillon. What the fuck does that mean? She killed a man for money, apparently. Wait, wasn't there an antique? This is the antique that the antique dealer was trying to sell the Englishman. He lost it, remember? He said somebody stole it. Oh my god. Why'd she do that? That's weird. Why would she do that? And I don't think he ever will again. I missed the first part of that, so I was just too stunned. This is extraordinary, though. This means... I certainly never expected to find a precious coin underneath this thick cut of meat. And it's from the Hoei era, too, so make it quite valuable. It's well marinated in juices as well, look. Oh wait, that was him. Shoot. What? Are you thinking of eating it? No. But the next time I order steak in an expensive restaurant, one thing's for sure. My heart's going to be racing as I lift up the meat to appear underneath for a prize. I think you might have the wrong end of the stick about this, Ryunosuke. A Koban coin underneath this steak. There's only one logical explanation. What? What do you mean logical explanation? This is bullshit. What do you mean? This is weird. Okay, I'm going back. Sure. This is it now. I've lost. Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. Not until the final gavel. Huh? Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking forward, no matter what. Believe in myself? Really? Okay, if I have to. Maybe I should at least examine the evidence for myself. As the evidence requested by the defense has not been shown to be problematic in any way, I presume any further examination of evidence in this trial will be unnecessary. But does the defense have any objection? That bloodstain was going to clinch the trial for me. Can this plate of steak reveal any other clues at all? There's another clue, and I found it already. It's fine. Your Excellency, please, wait! Those plates... this plate of beef is hiding another clue. Another clue that will reveal the shocking truth. The only thing that's shocking here is your unhealthy fascination with beef steak. Ah! Your Excellency, I think I've made myself clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial. I'm sorry, Miss Brett, but we must ensure a thorough examination of the evidence. I will not give a ruling until I'm completely satisfied that all reasonable doubt has been dispelled. I see. As a newly affirmed ally of my country, that's still your position, is it? Thank you, Your Excellency. For real. Counsel for the defense, you will now clearly show the court to what you are alluding. What precisely on this beef steak is new clue to be found? Those are words. Okay. I'm losing my voice. Yoink. Huh? What in the world is this? I think it's a Koban coin. Hallmark from the Hoei era, I believe. No, I don't mean what. Oh my god, we have to go through it again? Okay. Well, we read this, so I'm just gonna skip ahead. Well, how's everybody else doing? I like that judge. Yeah. Also, she's way too high in my eyes. She so is. Skip it. We just went through this. Yeah, I know. I'm going. Cool. So, present, right?
Got it!
Good gracious, that's... Koban? What on earth? A Holy Era one at that. Miss Brett, this is in fact the beefsteak that you ordered at the restaurant on the day in question, is it? Tell me. Why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat?
Shut up!
What a ridiculous question! How should I know? I've never seen that thing before in my life. I don't know what it is, but I want no part of it.
Objection!
I fail to see how this is relevant. A coin under the meat? That could simply have been a careless mistake by the chef at the moment of destruction.
Objection!
Really? Don't be absurd. We're supposed to believe that this happened by accident in the kitchen? A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath a piece of steak? If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll rip up my ticket to Great Britain right now. He's right. It can't be a coincidence. Your Excellency. Yes, Counsel? A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath this piece of steak? If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll give up my lawyer job right now!
Objection!
By all means, don't let us stop you. No one invited you anyway. Oh, shit. Perhaps, little boy, but you should realize that it is you who is irrelevant. Oh, damn, snap. Even though I'm... nope. Even though I'm the one on trial here? Yeah, there we go. The point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what's it doing under that steak. The owner? Yes, it's obvious. There's only one person it can belong to. The owner of the Koban coin that was found underneath the beef steak is... there he is. Curio? Curio. Like an antique, a curio. Like a curio shop, right? Curio Korikuda. That's pretty funny. We're gonna...
Take that!
there we are. She called MC irrelevant. Yeah. Who even is that? Oh, that, in the first episode, we were talking with the inspector / waiter and an antique. I think that's right. There was the first two. Antique, finally, curios. An antique seller, excuse me. And he was exclaiming that he was in the restaurant that day I want to say it was with the inspector, I believe, but I can't remember. And Baby General. Obviously, it can only be the antique dealer and owner of Rasute, Curio Kurosada-san. Curie? As in Mr. Cucumber or something? Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfathomable. Actually, Curio in English... Okay, anyway. Ah, yes. The old man who testified earlier alongside the military sergeant. The military sergeant with the baby! I forgot about him. You're right about that. Yeah. With the baby. And Baby General. Yeah, you got it. That's it. Yes, Your Excellency. I remember him saying that he was up to something with his Koban coin when it happened. At exactly that moment, the gun was fired. Well, the gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure. Indeed, the Hoera Koban, my prized coin. Then this Hoera Koban, do you mean to tell me?
Objection!
Yeah. No. Please, why would Kurikoda-san's Koban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and its plate? It makes no sense.
Yes!
Which is why I'm asking to bring Kurikoda-san back to the witness stand so we can ask him. Officer, bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here. Without a moment's delay. I can't believe we come back round to that pair again. But I have a hunch, and a strong hunch, that if we chase down the real significance of this Koban, we'll find its key element in the case. Oh boy, there he is. What's this all about? Why have I been called up again? Don't you realize that it's dinner time for little baby Ido? When my son's belly is empty, he's fiercer than a pack of wolves. Exploited by the police we were, like miserable dogs forced to bear false witness. And when cast from this courtroom myself, I became a ruined man and a trice, a worthless, withered antique. Nothing more I have to say. The sun has to set on this Rasute shop's owner's existence. Ah, he's bleak. Okay. But be that as it may, Kurikoda-san, something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your Rasute memory... Yes, that's it! The one! The very exact one that it is! The resplendent, splendiferous Hoei treasure that my rusty bones managed to misplace that fateful day. It can't be! As I thought. Young man, enlighten this decrepit old fool. Put me out of my misery. Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped? Why does he have a knife? It's an antique he's looking at. He got stabbed. Is no one gonna question that? No, he didn't. Who got stabbed? The victim? The victim didn't get stabbed. He was shot. You can see the gunpowder and everything from the close range shot. The bullet's still inside him, but he's also dead, so no one took it out. Baby man? Oh, wait, did he get stabbed? Wasn't he stabbed? I don't remember the sergeant really at all. Baby man in the foot? Oh, it's in his foot. He got stabbed in the foot? It pierced his foot. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. All right. Cool. That actually gives us a little more information, so that's good. I didn't remember any of that. I bet you it happened. I'm not recalling. Oh, I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere. We found your coin sandwiched between a beefsteak and its plate, soaking in the seasoned meat's juices. Sandwiched? Soaking? Seriously? It happened just now? What? He dropped the knife and it stabbed his foot. Oh, in the courtroom? You mean as an animation? Yeah, they do goofy shit like that all the time. Okay, alright, that's fine. Clearly, it couldn't have fallen there by accident, which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose. Somebody concealed my Hoey treasure between a slab of meat and the metal plate. Who would do such a thing? Oh, such an unconscionable thing. Excuse me. Could I say something? Yes, of course. Proceed, Inspector Hosonoga. I mentioned this earlier in the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case. Ah, yes, that's right, the secret undercover operation. La Carnival is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similarly executed thefts, targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidents has been reported to the police bureau. Wicked crimes indeed. We wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected. So that's why you were sent in undercover, is it? Yes, I took on the job of waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely that this Koban incident is the work of the same thief. So unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis. That's new information. Hold on, I need to gather myself. The place was already the scene of several crimes, it seems. I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hid Kurakata-san's Koban is all too clear. What? What? I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on this matter. Uh-oh. Tell us, who is the despicable scoundrel that stole Kurakata-san's Koban and hid it under the steak? It was obviously Sasota. I could tell that. I'm kidding. Maybe it was the baby? It could have been. I think it might have been her. How long was she here? She was here for a while, wasn't she? Maybe she was involved with the ring. Could be the general, but... or the sergeant, sorry, but... plot twist, it was the officer. Who's this? Oh. Maybe it was the victim. He was visiting professor of the medicine in the university from the British Empire. So he was involved with this guy? A medical school professor at the Imperial Yume University. He's an authority in forensic medicine and Kazuma's mentor. I don't think he's connected too heavily with the English gentleman who died. Nani? Evil serial baby thief. So, okay. Alright. Who wants me to try... Ba, 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 ba. Who wants me to try Giselle Brett? She was studying at the university's medical school. She must have been there for a while. I'm gonna say it's her. Blame Brett. Got it. Okay. We're gonna blame Brett. That's what we're doing next. Let's do it.
Take that!
Yes, seems like a likely candidate for the Koban thief. No, come on, Ryunosuke. Huh? You shocked me, Kazuma. Not as much as you shocked me. No one could have approached the table unnoticed. Even if you're a crazy fool, you couldn't have missed that. I'm not sure you should be calling Koda-san a crazy fool, Kazuma. Oh, I'm not sure you should be calling Korakuda-san a crazy fool, Kazuma. It's you I was calling a crazy fool. Ah, maybe I'm on the wrong track here. Okay, well that's why we saved. Oh shit! No, not autoplay! Damn it! Stop! Okay. Autoplay is hard mode for this game. It was a pretty good take that. Thank you. Appreciate that. Well then, I'm gonna say it was the Sergeant Boy. Iesa Nosa. 38. Let's go. He was kind of acting suspicious during the investigation between the two, so... Like you didn't want to talk to him? Let's present.
Take that!
Obviously, it can only be you. Sergeant Iesa Nosa. What? How? How dare you? You monster! Monster? I stole that Koban, did I? I'm the master thief of La Carnival, am I? You're seriously accusing me of these crimes, cadet? But it wasn't me. It was Ido. Ido is the mastermind behind all this. Are you seriously trying to blame a baby? So you admitted to it. You would push the blame for your crimes onto your own son, an innocent little baby? It's you who's the monster, Sergeant Nosa. That's what you said. That is exactly what you said. Yes. Oh my god. Whoa! Chippity clop, clippity clap, clippity clap, clippity clap, ah, God! What the? Nippon Imperial Army. Sergeant Iesa Nosa, preparing to stand down in the Supreme Court, sir. Wow. You knew and did nothing? So true. You just pushed your baby into your backpack. That's sad. Do any of you know of the extraordinarily low wages the Nippon Imperial Army pays those it expects to keep our country safe? I understand that the temporary increase in taxation owing to the recently ended conflicts remains in place. And I have heard it's hard for lower-ranking soldiers to make a living, yes. All I want is to put a hot meal on the table for my son. That's why you were stealing things at the restaurant. The place is heaving with money. Every 3 days, I'd go there and do reconnaissance for a target. And I'd enjoy chomping my way through a good steak at the same time. Sounds like he doesn't bother with a knife and fork, even, which is worryingly believable. And your target that day was an old man and his Koban? Yes, sir. He was an easy mark. I slipped the coin into my pocket without any trouble at all. A veritable phantom thief you are. I was all set to leave the steak I was halfway through devouring when it happened. Bang! The plates were switched. Is that what we're trying to learn here? Yes, when the professor was shot. Oh, yes, when the professor was shot. I knew that if the police conducted a search and found the coin in my pocket, I'd be finished. I'd know too. So I hid the incriminating evidence as fast as I could, on the double. I slipped it under the steak, hoping that I'd be able to rendezvous with it again at a later date. There are two different steaks. Yeah. This is ridiculous. Oh. Perhaps you could carry on with this absurd prattling in your own time? Well, Miss Brett? Oh, of course, dear lady, of course. How rude of us. I'm quite sure there's no need to detain you any longer at all. May the esteemed gentlewoman please be excused, Your Excellency? Indeed. The theft of the Koban was clearly perpetrated by this baby-saddled sergeant. Wait, I'm slipping into the sergeant's accent. The theft of the Koban was clearly perpetrated by this baby-saddled sergeant. It would certainly appear to be unrelated to Dr. Wilson's murder. Of course it is. Hiding a coin under a lump of meat. The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. Nonsense, is it? Well, oof. And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness. Very well. Now that all questions concerning this witness's testimony have been answered, I see no further justification for detaining her. Miss Brett, you are free to leave. Thank you, Your Excellency. Good luck, everyone. Oh, God damn it. And good day. Stop her! Objection! Rinosuke, what's the matter with you? This is no time for daydreaming. Oh, no, it's just... Something about Miss Brett's parting words there got me thinking. I can't quite work out what exactly, but something she just said jarred with me. I feel like there was a contradiction in there somewhere. Something didn't quite add up. If that's the case, don't just stand there thinking, make your voice heard. Sorry? You can think later, but if you don't call out now, it'll be too late. The trial will be over.
Hold it!
Yeah! Wait, Miss Brett! What is it now? I'm afraid, just one last time, there's something I'd like to ask you. I'd like you to explain the contradiction in your parting words from just a few moments ago. What are you talking about? What contradiction?
Objection!
What new student nonsense is this? Well, what parting words are you talking about, Rinosuke? Hiding a coin under a lump of meat? The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. Okay. That's not bad. And as far as picking up your steak and biting into it without using it... Oh, yeah, I don't remember that being an issue. That's what's weird. There's a knife and fork and everything. It's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness. Yes, I'm right. What she said there exposed an undeniable contradiction. I'm going to need to see evidence, Counsel. If Miss Brett's words truly are contradictory, where is the evidence to prove it? I don't want to lose this. We're gonna shoot past my usual time to break because I think we can make it to the end. Spoon and spork. Maybe this is part of the plates. Yeah, I think so. I think this is where it's going. But I want to show the knife and fork. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, see that? Right here. The knife was used. The fork was used. There's discoloration around the edges. Perfect.
Take that!
The photographic print of the scene taken immediately after the incident occurred? What's interesting is the plate of steak that you can see on the victim's table. The steak that Miss Brett had been eating before the professor was killed. Yes, go on. More accurately, Your Excellency. The steak that was on the victim's table just before the professor was killed. Now you're just splitting hairs. Oh, okay, he did say it, didn't he? He said it was not the same one. Not true. Doesn't something about this steak strike you as very unnatural? Unnatural? What on earth do you mean? It's extremely obvious. I'm talking about the shape of the edge where it's been eaten. I see you've noticed it too, Miss Brett. Noticed what exactly, Counsel? Just a few moments ago, Miss Brett claimed no Englishman could even contemplate picking up a steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork. Of course she did. She's a refined English gentlewoman herself. Then take a good look at this steak, in particular the edge where it's been eaten. As you can see, there are clearly defined barbaric teeth marks there. Oh yeah, I can see that. Oh. Ah! And because the knife and fork are dirty, it's not the same plate. Okay, I think I connected it there. Yeah. It looks like Miss Brett has realized something. So, if the witness, as she claims, wouldn't contemplate eating anything without using a knife and fork, there shouldn't be teeth marks in the steak at all. Ooh, that's good. But what is your actual point? Perhaps the delightful Miss Brett was ravenously hungry and oh my god! Oh, whatever you say, dear lady. As I said, I really must be leaving now. Afternoon tea with the Minister of Justice cannot possibly wait any longer. Of course. This will be all over in the blink of an eye. Rest assured, I'm about to put this rookie in his place. Oh! I've heard enough. Your irritating little spectacled samurai relic. Oh, God. Oh, of course, dear lady. What's the matter, Miss Brett? Have we ruffled your feathers? Clearly, the witness knows what this means. She's realized the catastrophic implications these teeth marks and the steak have for her. Ryunosuke, do you know where you're going with this? Yes. Now at last, it's all come together. The mysterious teeth marks on the steak that had allegedly been eaten without cutlery. The reason why the blood stain I know I saw somehow seems to have disappeared. And most importantly, the evidence that proves once and for all who shot Dr. Wilson that day. I accept that these teeth marks in the steak are a little unnatural, as you put it, Counsel. But what exactly are you suggesting that tells us? Everything, Your Excellency. Everything? Yes, I believe that these barbaric teeth marks in the steak here amount to conclusive evidence in this case. Evidence that will prove beyond any doubt who shot Dr. Wilson. Conclusive evidence? How many times have I heard that today? You wouldn't know the meaning of the phrase, typical Japanese empty threats. How can you be so sure? Oh, it's quite simple. If you really had such conclusive evidence, you would have presented it to the court long ago. Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't been brought before the court yet. Hasn't been? What? But just because it hasn't been shown yet doesn't mean that the evidence does not exist.
Objection!
That is absurd! The trial has run several hours already, and you say there's evidence yet to be brought forward? There can't be! I don't believe you have it!
Objection!
I don't. But there is someone who does have it. Someone in this very courtroom. And if that person is willing to submit the piece of evidence I'm referring to, it will solve every remaining mystery about this case. Very well. I have a feeling that this will be my last request of the defense in this trial. Who possesses the conclusive evidence that will reveal the truth about this whole affair? The Swan has it. It's perfect. Watching the time. We have enough time. We're okay. Okay. I'ma say it's this man. He took the other steak. He took the other plate. Which means my dishwashing heat evaporation theory might be right, but I don't know. I think maybe he does it. He might have it. It's either him or it's the sergeant. I can't tell. Not. Confident finger pointing. Does that steak seem uneaten from that angle? I mean, not really. He washed her dishes, didn't he? Yeah, he did. I bet you anything. Shit. I'm gonna say it's him, and then we're gonna see.
Take that!
The answer is obvious. It's Inspector Hasanuga. What? I have it? Yes. You think I've been withholding conclusive evidence? That's ridiculous. Okay, you've got me. No. I'm not saying that. Everyone's attention has been focused on this steak with its teeth marks. Yes? Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Nosa told the court the following. I'd enjoyed chomping my way through a good steak. And as well as admitting to stealing Kurkuta-san's coin, he told us that he slipped it under the steak. You watch it, cadet. I'm a superior officer. Sergeant Nosa, could you please confirm something for me? Was it the steak that you had put the coin under, in fact, your own steak? Was the steak, yeah. Attention! Affirmative, of course. I might be a soldier in the Imperial Napoleon Army. Nippon Army, but still. I'm not brave enough to ask a foreign gentle lady if she'd mind me manhandling her meat to hide something in it. Wow, that's a phrase. Here we go. Yeah, man. I think we... Oh, my God. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Thank you so much for notifying me. Appreciate that. Sorry, I got notifications from Steam. It's fine. In other words, the steak that the detective submitted as evidence earlier was in fact the Sergeant Nosa's meal.
Objection!
But that makes no sense. That plate was taken from the victim's table. Yet the gentlewoman doesn't take bites out of her steak, nor did she have any opportunity to steal the coin. Of course I didn't steal it. To even suggest such a thing would be an affront to the entire British Empire. Well then, how do you explain this paradox? Exactly. Surely you're not going to suggest that the sergeant switched the two steaks over. You did switch the plates?
Well, after it happened, bang! When I saw the civilian had been murdered right in front of my eyes like that, I panicked. As I said, I immediately lifted my stake and hid the coin underneath it. But then, when the waiter announced he was an undercover policeman, I thought I'd had it. If he decided to investigate my slab of meat, that'd be it. I'd be getting my marching orders. So when the cadet here was arrested and taken off to the kitchen, I seized my chance. With military precision and timing, I switched my steak with one of the foreign ladies' table. With the one on the foreign ladies' table. Haha! So he did switch the steaks. Great.
What? You can't have. I never saw you do such a thing.
It was called Operation Lightning Bolt. There was no time for strategic planning. It was do or die, I tell you. So yes, I did what had to be done.
Unbelievable!
However, fear not, Prosecutor-san.
What now?
I swear on the brass buttons of my uniform. That is all I did, sir.
All you did? That's plenty, Sergeant!
Yes!
So, if Sergeant knows to switch the plates over, it means he took Miss Brett's steak and the plate it was on back to its own table. Back to his own table.
Yes, that follows.
Inspector Hasanoga.
Yes.
Earlier in this trial, you told the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Brett's steak after the incident, but also the sergeant's. That to preserve evidence, you had taken both. Huh? That's correct. Then please, present it to the court now. The plate that was actually on the victim's table at the precise moment he was shot.
Shut up!
What can that possibly tell us now? I mean, a cold slab of tough meat. It can't have the slightest bearing on the case.
Objection!
No, you're not wriggling your way out of this, out of it this time, lady. There we go.
I beg your pardon.
Surely you're not that forgetful. Surely you remember the reason why this steak pan promises to have such a problem for you, no?
You're the ones who decided it was a problem, not me.
The reason the defense asked to see the plate was to confirm something the defendant remembers seeing.
Thinks he remembers. I'm quite sure of what I saw, Miss Brett. On the side of the plate that was on the table directly behind Dr. Wilson, there was a clear spattering of blood from the gunshot wound to the victim's chest.
I believe the defendant's memory serves him well. And now we have the evidence to prove it. The plate you were eating from, Miss Brett.
Let us not prolong this any further. Inspector, you will show the evidence to the court. Present the beef steak and the plate that was originally on the victim's table at the time of the incident. I ate it. Yes, sir, he actually says. Sorry for keeping you. There it is. Here is the other steak in its plate. Oh, here is the other steak in its plate. Please, feel free to examine it. Okay. There it is. The blood stain. It's clearly visible. Look!
Yes!
Now this makes everything clear. The blood you can see on the side of the plate shows that at the moment the victim was shot, he was facing the table with his back to me. In other words, it's impossible for Naruhodo-san to have shot the victim. It can't be. In fact, there's only one person who could have possibly shot Dr. Wilson from the front. I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is. That's right. Miss Giselle Brett. It's you! Oh no, we killed the bird. Outdone by a Japanese? Me? By a Japanese schoolboy? No. 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 Gah! Your hat's flying away. Yeah! I did it. What the fuck? Did she just fly out of court? What happened? Is there a bird there? Why are there so many birds now? What just happened? I am very unclear. It's pregnant. Please excuse my little outburst. Sometimes I birth swans. I don't know. I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's like it's part of her. It's weird. Please excuse my little outburst. I briefly lost my composure. Dude, you flew upwards. Most unbecoming behavior for an English gentlewoman. Forgive me. Well, Miss Brett, I think it's time you told the court what actually happened that day. The truth this time. Gladly, Your Excellency. Why are we still listening to her? Okay. It was I who took the professor's life using curare. As you surmised, I chose that particular day for one very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for the extraction of one of his teeth in the morning. So you planned to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of poison would be found in his water. Because curare is unheard of here in Japan. Yes. Of course, I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only needed to see the professor take one tiny sip of his water, and it would be all over. I would place the steak I had ordered in front of him to make it appear as though he had been dining alone, and leave immediately. However, that's why she took the glass. Before any of that happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table. That would be me, I suppose. Yes, you. Who else? Such a trifling matter, but the fact that you decided to come over to greet the professor meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed. In due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall. There was no going back at that point, so I concocted a plan on the spur of the moment. A plan to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man. I happened to know that the professor always carried a gun. I decided to use that fact to my advantage. I had the bottle of curare in my handbag, and my own pistol concealed under my skirt. Under your skirt. I don't even want to get into that one. Okay. So I was right. There were two guns. Yes. And then I finished my coffee and got up to leave. That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which you had presumably placed on the floor. Placed where you were sure that I would notice it.
And everything went according to plan. You noticed the gun as I'd intended.
Wow, she's just admitting everything now, isn't she?
And then, just as you bent down to pick it up,
Bang! That's when you shot the professor with your own gun. Even though at that point he was already dead.
naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion, at which the point the waiter appeared.
Obviously, I assumed Naruhodo-san was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry and that adjoins the kitchen and locked him inside.
That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor and his chair around.
Because of course. You needed to make it look like the defendant had shot Dr. Wilson from where he picked up the gun.
So there you have it. That is the entirety of my misdemeanor.
I think that might count as international crime.
Your Excellency,
Yes?
I wonder, might I speak with you in private later?
I shall call on you.
Thank you. Good day then, everyone.
Does she think she can leave?
I hope you can forgive me, Naruhodo-san.
You're under some sort of delusion that you're going home today. What? Hey! What? Somebody explain this. It would seem. This trial has finally run its course. I presume the prosecution is in agreement.
This can't be! Takatsuchi Ouchi does not lose. Not to the likes of this rookie student!
You better start getting used to the tough opposition. Ryunosuke Naruhodo! What? Yes?
This insult to the Ouchi family name will never be forgotten.
You've become conceited with age, Counsel, but the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. Ooh, shit. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. Wow. That man just assaulted that other man. 1,000 millennia may pass, and still the Ouchi clan will never measure up to the Naruhodo clan. Wow. This trial, in the Supreme Court of Japan, will, I believe, go down in history as the start of a new chapter in our country's judicial system. Despite being summoned as the accused, you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, presented an excellent case.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
The use of evidence and deduction to unravel the truth is a modern methodology. After all, it has only been a few short decades since our country opened its doors to the wider world. But the Western ideas of science are rapidly gaining acceptance here. I call it witchcraft. Burn them all. I feel sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigation and new procedures of justice. A new future of law awaits. But what it will look like, I cannot begin to imagine. That is for the young to pursue. Hasuma Asogi. Yes. After this trial, you are set to embark on a journey of discovery to the illustrious British Empire. Learn all you can, absorb everything that the wider world that you are able to. There we go. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed upon you. I understand, Your Excellency. What was that about? Why do you look so grave all of a sudden? Ah, never mind. As for you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Oh, yes? In you, I sense, how can I put it, unusual potential. I very much look forward to seeing how you carry that onwards. Thank you, Your Excellency. How did it get worse? It is time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant Ryunosuke Naruhodo not guilty. Yay! We did it, y'all. We finished it out. We just got to get through the after stuff, and I think we'll end the stream. The judge consents plot armor? Yes, apparently so. This court is now adjourned. Huh. 22nd November, 2:46 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicator Defendants, Antechamber 5. I can't believe it. I can't believe what's happened. I made it. I defended myself and made it through that horrendous trial. Ryunosuke, you finally pulled it off. Congratulations. Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Kasuma. You still can't pronounce my name. No. It was a pleasure to watch you. It was a pleasure to watch you at work. So, you owe me an extra large sukiyaki from the place on Yume University Street. Don't forget. Good afternoon. All your hard work has certainly paid off. Who is this? Oh, there we go. Congratulations to both of you for proving Naruhodo-san's innocence. Ah, our trusty judicial assistant. You worked hard for that result too, you know. Oh no, I didn't do anything. Thank you so much! If we hadn't had that research report of Miss Brett's, I don't know how things would have turned out. Your kind words should really be for my father. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate. Your father? Oh, yes, of course. Forgive me for intruding on the court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikitoba, Judicial Assistant to the Defense. Speaking of Mikitoba... Ah, there you are. I believe congratulations are in order. Naruhodo, you did an excellent job. Thank you, Professor. Oh no, it is I who should be thanking you. After all, your efforts exposed the true criminal that took the life of my good friend. Good friend? Oh yes, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Yume University, wasn't it? Yes, that's right. Professor Mikitoba studied overseas himself. He went to study forensic medicine in Great Britain. We're gonna have to move this cat right here out of the way. I know you don't like it. I know, oh god. Well, that worked. Okay. Yeah. Presumably, that's when you met Dr. Wilson? Exactly. In those days, we worked together in the same hospital. Oh, you worked together? I've never heard you mention that before. Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides... It's your turn, Asogi. Great Britain is a magnificent country. It leads the world. In science, medicine, engineering, culture, and of course, in law. Watch and learn, my boy. See what's happening in the world's largest melting pot. I will. I'll learn all that I can. I swear on this, the spirit of the Asogi clan. You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you?
Of course I am. A Japanese man's katana is his soul. This blade shows me where I need to go. And cuts down anything that's in my way.
Yes, I've definitely seen how sharp it is already with my own eyes.
That reminds me, what's happened to the woman? To Giselle Brett, I mean. After all, she's guilty of murder.
Ah, yes, her.
It's not easy to tell you this, but,
What do you mean?
surely she's going to face trial herself now. She's the true culprit, after all. She will be leaving Japan in the very near future for Shanghai.
What? Shanghai?
Giselle Brett will not appear in court again in this country. I'm certain of that.
What? But why not?
It's a matter of consular jurisdiction.
Okay. Oh. It's a matter of consular jurisdiction. Inspector Hasanoga. It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. I must But what's all this about consular jurisdiction? We cannot try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan. What? We can't try her? But then who? Who's going to bring her to justice?
A British consular court will hear her case, somewhere far away where the voices can't be heard.
But why a consular court?
Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought consular courts were a thing of the past now, and that we signed the friendship treaty.
Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right.
And so long as this is not a serious incident of a highly political nature to our respective governments, they can't invoke a consular court just like that.
Oh, can't they?
Yes, she's a student, but it doesn't justify our governments making secret agreements about her fate, does it? Something strange is going on.
So Miss Brett can't be held accountable for her actions here in Japan.
I'm afraid that, for the young student, today's trial was nothing more than a game all along. There was never any danger of comeuppance for her.
I don't believe it. The British government's Foreign Affairs Ministry has demanded that we hand over custody of Miss Brett. They're obviously taking this case of a foreign student committing murder very seriously.
But it's all going to change from now on. We can make it change. This is a time of great turmoil, this new era heralded by the start of the 20th century.
Ah, it is. It's, yeah, the beginning of the 20th century. We got it. It's the 1900s, the beginning of the 1900s.
One day, I have no doubt, that woman will receive the judgment she deserves. Yes, change is coming, and we're the ones driving it. Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink. There we go.
But Professor...
You're right. This is no time for gloomy faces. We should be celebrating Ryunosuke's not guilty verdict. Let's start having some fun.
In that case, might I suggest La Carnival? As the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink. You're a detective, Hasanoga-san, aren't you? Oh, he's still bleeding. That's cool.
Let's not worry about details for now. To La Carnival! Will you accompany us, Professor? Of course! La Carnival's food is second to none.
I shall go and attend to the paperwork for Naruhodo-san's release.
Oh yes, thank you. So Giselle Brett won't be tried here. I suppose that means I'll never know. I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson. Kasuma? Yes, yes, Ryunosuke. I just wanted to say thanks again, that's all. You really saved my skin today.
I didn't do a thing.
You were the lawyer in there, weren't you?
The defense was all your own work.
Your skills made the difference, though. One day I bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world. Wait, was it the other guy talking? Dang it.
I'm not so sure about that.
To be honest, something kept occurring to me over and over again during that trial. I couldn't help thinking that maybe you're the one destined to become a great lawyer, not me. What? Come on, be serious. There we go. If I helped you today, it was only right at the very start of the trial. But you have a natural talent for it, for being a defense lawyer. Oh no, not me. All those tense verbal combat? I never want to go through that ever again. I did what you told me to, that's all. Because I knew I could trust you. That's the point. Sorry? What do you mean, that's the point? Listen, Ryunosuke. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that a lawyer needs in order to win? Knowledge of the law? No. The ability to believe. To believe? To believe what? A defense lawyer has to fight for his clients. He has to believe in them at all times. Not true. Like you believed in me. Like you believed in me when I said I didn't do it. I'm human, just like you. I don't have some superhuman ability to know the truth. But you have to make a choice about what to believe in and stick to it when you're defending someone. God damn it. What's going on, Janine? I'm gonna have everything set up for you, don't worry. Sometimes in the courtroom, you can really be backed into a corner. But being able to remain faithful to what you chose to believe in, even then, well, that's not something that anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person. Believing in your client. Just look at today's trial. I'm a student lawyer with precious little real experience, but you never stopped believing in me. Well, you face seemingly hopeless situations time and again, but you never stopped looking for the truth. And in that end, you found it. Through your own efforts, and because you never stopped believing in me. Thanks. Oh, thanks, Kazuma. There's something I want to ask you, actually, Ryunosuke. Well, it's a favor, really. Something very important to me. It sounds serious. What is... you're still here, are you? Oh, Inspector Asunoga. I've arranged some rickshaws for us. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you. We'll be right there. Let's pick up this conversation again later. We should be celebrating right now. Your first court victory. And your study tour to Great Britain, don't forget! Ah, yes, that too. Woo! So my very first trial came to an end. Kasuma, Professor Mikotoba, Susato-san, who acted as my assistant. Inspector Asunoga, who didn't really play much of a part, but still. It was because of the help and support of all these people that I managed to get through that trial. Well, that and chat, don't forget you lovely people. But more importantly, Kasuma hadn't yet managed to ask his favor of me. Little did I realize just how much it would change my life. Yeah, we did it! It's over, everybody. Oh my god, it's end. Oh yes, and we will pick this up next week. Same time, same place. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell, do all the things, subscribe to the Patreon, do all the good stuff, right? It's going to be fun. Don't forget. /Tofinator. And then thanks and shout outs go, of course, to my patrons from that Patreon. Thank you, Andrew, and thank you, Cal, for both being excellent supporters of the channels I run. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.